Hey guys, it's me, David again. I just finished making another video, only to have my microphone die. So I have two microphones, so I think the one I have right now will hopefully hang on. I'm keeping an eye on it to see how it does. If I notice this little green light turning off, then I'll know it's died. But anyway, in that previous video, sorry about the sound cutting out. I guess my battery needs to be charged. I've got again my 7LE pipe here, the St. Nicholas 2023, and I'm going to put some capstan blue in it right there. So get this going. So you probably got the gist of the last video, even though the sound was kind of cut out. Basically, I just made a big mess in my cubicle with my coffee and pour over, and but luckily no one saw me with my pants all messed up. I was able to escape and go home and change at lunch. So that's all taken care of. Now I'm at home and just gonna smoke my pipe for a few minutes before I do my afternoon watering. I have sprinklers in my yard, but I have a lot of extra plants that aren't irrigated by the sprinkler, so I have to do it the old-fashioned way with a hose. That's okay though. Capstan Blue. I first wanted to get this because I read it was Tolkien's favorite smoking tobacco. I think it was Tolkien. I could be wrong. I believe it was Tolkien. Anyway, I like it. It's pretty good stuff. I have a friend at work, Jerry, who he started asking me about pipes about 6 months ago, and so I gave him. He has a daughter that lives at home with him. She's in her early 20s, and they both wanted to start smoking pipes. Excuse me for a minute. So I had a couple of corncob pipes at home, so I got those together, some samples of some pipe tobacco. I gave it to him, and he enjoyed them. In fact, a couple of weeks ago, he said he was out of tobacco and wanted to buy some more. So now he had been an aromatic fan, so I gave him some Sutliff vanilla cream or vanilla cream custard, whatever it is, and some other ones. Yesterday when I was at work, he paid me for that tobacco, and he mentioned that he was disappointed because none of the tobaccos, he couldn't differentiate between the different flavors, or whatever, the aromatics, that is, I gave him, I think, a peach cobbler and an apple strudel and a Sutliff vanilla cream, some other ones, and he said he couldn't tell the difference between any of them. They all taste the same. So I kind of gave him the old talk about how aromatics were like that. They smell good in the bag, but they don't taste that great a lot of times. At least they don't taste what you expect them to taste like. So today, last night I packed up a little bit of half and half for him. I'm not sure it's the best tobacco that's, non-aromatic, but I had a lot of it, so I gave him some half and half. He'd also asked if I had any filters, so I gave him some filters. And so I hope to introduce him to the other tobaccos, the Codger blends and the other Virginias and Burleys and all that. So hopefully that'll work out better for him. He was complaining a lot about tongue bites, so I think those aromatics are notorious for that. So hopefully he will like those other tobacco blends that aren't aromatics. Sorry, I'm having a hard time with this pipe. That's what happens when you try to inhale or accidentally inhale pipe tobacco. This is a lighter I got from Jeff Sasquatch Piper. Gosh, it's been about a year ago now. I've used this thing a lot. I guess it just needs to be refilled. But I found that when I'm filling it up, with my other lighters, I can tell when they're full because they start hissing. This one seems to never fill up, but I know the capacity isn't that large because it has the built-in tamper thing. But anyway, I have a hard time making it last for more than a day or two, so maybe it's just time for a new little lighter. I did actually order one of the Zippo butane with a soft flame that comes out of the side for pipe smoking. I ordered that, so I should get that for tomorrow. Not that I really need more lighters. I've got quite a few, but I thought it would be a good addition to my tobacco or my lighter collection. In the meantime, I got to get something else to work better today. If all else fails, I can use this nice little torch thing here. Just what the doctor ordered. So anyway, my wife, it was her first day back at teaching. She has 23 first graders, and every year there's quite a bit of drama because these little guys are coming from kindergarten and they don't know a whole lot. They're still kind of babies at this point. So she had a bunch of stories when I picked her up today. As you know, she can't drive, so I picked her up on the way home from work. So my strategy for pipe smoking on the way home is I'll smoke it for about 10 minutes. Then for the last 5 minutes, I roll all the windows down, put my pipe away, and let it air out. But it didn't work so well today. She could still smell the tobacco smoke. But she still hasn't banned me from smoking in the car, so that's good. Anyway, she's telling me stories about some of the kids today, and she has bus duty. So after school, her job is to lead the kids out to the right place to catch their buses. Some of them, they walk home. Some get picked up by their parents. Others ride the bus. Anyway, it's kind of confusing, and she makes all these signs and cards and puts on the kids, and she fills out paper, or she sends paperwork home for the parents so that she'll know what to do with the children and how they're getting home. But no matter what she does, she always gets a few kids that just either they'll just head off and onto a bus, or they'll head to the front of the school. So she had 2 kids today that didn't find their way to the right place, and of course she gets all kinds of hate texts after all that. One lady wrote her a note and said, "How dare you take my kid to the wrong bus?" My wife tried to explain that the kids are told to listen, but some just won't listen, and there's only so much one teacher can do with 23 kids. So anyway, luckily the child made it home safely, or she actually got on the wrong bus. So, but because that was after my wife received a couple of really hateful text messages from one of the mothers talking about how disgraceful and disgusting she was at her job. So I think she's in taking a nap right now. I always tell her, we need to get you a bottle of something for the first day of school. We don't drink, but I always joke with her, you need a bottle of vodka for the first day of school because you have a lot of stuff going on. I think she's in there conked out right now. So she was exhausted when she got home. Makes me feel guilty because I'm in a cubicle all day with AC, and she's in a classroom, but then in between classrooms she's walking. They have a lot of construction on the campus this year, so she has to, they decided to put new roofs on the schoolrooms. They started about 2 weeks ago, and they're supposed to finish at Christmas time. So in the meantime, we've got all these roped off areas that the kids can't walk in, and to go to the restroom she has to walk the kids clear across the campus. It's just a mess, but by the time she's done, it was 100 and something today, so she's totally drenched and exhausted. So first day of school isn't easy for anyone, I guess. Like I said, I kind of feel guilty, but I always tell her that's why she makes the big bucks. She doesn't really appreciate that, but I try to remind her that. Teaching is a tough job. I did it for a while. My daughter and 2 sons are all teachers at different levels. Actually, my daughter Emily decided to stay home. She has a little boy that turned 4, Ansel, I showed some pictures to you guys of him, and she has a little daughter, Mabel, who's not quite 2, so she decided to stay home with them. She'd been teaching at the same district with my wife for, I think, 6 or 7 years, but she decided that it was time to stay home with the kids. So it's been a tough transition for her because she's used to having, a lot more structure and being at work in the classroom. So luckily she's able to do that. They celebrated the day as their family by going to Disneyland. So two out of 3 kids and my wife were in the classroom. My daughter Emily and her husband and family were at Disneyland today. So hopefully they had fun. I'm sure they did. We got a couple of pictures that looked like they were having a nice time. I haven't mentioned it yet, but I have my umbilical hernia repair, and I went to my follow-up appointment last Tuesday, and the doctor said that I really need to lose my belly, which isn't a surprise. So I'm really trying hard to eat correctly, and I'm also doing 1 meal a day, so I don't eat throughout the day. I wait until I get home and try to eat a reasonable dinner, low carbs and all that. So I've lost some weight so far, about 7 pounds. We've been walking every morning at 5 o'clock. We walk for about a half an hour. That's all I can do because of my surgery right now. I can't do any weights or anything. So anyway, well, I don't want to drag this video on because it's over 11 minutes right now, and but just wanted to apologize for my previous video that had the sound issues. Looks like the microphone's hanging in with this one, so it should be easier to hear me. Anyway, whatever that's worth. All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon. God bless you all. Bye.